We'll start in one second, 1 minute, 1 minute. We'll start in 1 minute. All right, guys. We'll get started here. Forgive my voice, my raspy voice. My throat's a little swollen up, and I'll try to get through this. I'm not gonna take that many stock requests, so um, sorry if I don't get to you, but I'll do the best I can. So let's get over to the markets. Forgive me if I cough or pause for a minute. Okay. All right. So, yes. Well, we see initially when we dropped down from the highs of 61, 66, we came back down. We tested that consolidation zone that we busted out of. We confirmed it to the downside. We made it low here, and then we came out. We dropped down. We came back up, and now here today. Today's an interesting day because what today did was, see, initially we were saying that we are gonna come down here and test these lows again. Remember? So remember we came down here, and then there was gonna be a banking crisis with the treasuries and the bonds, and then we had this big day. Okay, and then we came back down here, well, halfway through that day, and then initially we were saying we're gonna probably come down and retest these, but but it held, ate that day, previous day here, came up, and then here is telling us today we made a high of 59. 54.9975. Okay, this previous high was 54.9775. So this was $2 higher than this one. This was 54.97. This was 54.99. Okay, so we're $2 higher. $2 higher than this high. All right. Okay, that's telling us a big thing right there. Not only that, we got a bullish engulfing on this candle. We got a higher high than this high. It's telling us that it doesn't want to revisit these lows. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting from here. That it doesn't want to revisit these lows. So that's a good thing. What does that tell you? It's telling us, okay, we're still in this downtrend. Don't get me wrong. We couldn't get above this 20 SMA. Okay. We couldn't get above it today either. I mean yesterday. I mean no, today. This is today. This is going into tomorrow. This is today. Today we made a new high, and we came back down. But we couldn't. We closed right on that 20 SMA. All right. So tomorrow is a big deal if we hold that 20 SMA and we push higher. Because if we could get over that 20 SMA, that's a good indication that we're gonna be up. We're gonna at least be up in this upper end of the channel. And if we could be up in the upper end of the channel here, then we could set up a nice little bull flag here to break the downtrending channel. And then break this previous high here of 55.28.75. Okay. So so far it looks good that it wants up. You know, so far it is looking like this. It looks like this here is the bottom. Okay, and you know, I was saying that we might drop it a little bit more for that wave 5 down, but you know, we stopped here, we engulfed that, we made a new high here. All we need to do is break this downtrend, and then that's it. We're gonna start a new uptrend. All right, so this could be the greatest entry point for this year, if that's true. Now, are there going to be little ups and downs on the way? Sure. Is volatility going to stop? Probably not. Yeah, that's okay, because volatility presents opportunities, whether that's opportunity on the upside or opportunity on the downside. It doesn't matter. It prevents opportunities. It prevents situations where you could get out of things or get into things. Okay. Sometimes you just need to be patient in those times of opportunities. Sometimes you need to be patient in those times of volatility. In those times of volatility. So, understanding where we are in the markets, okay? Overall, we're still in a downtrend. Okay, we see this downtrend here. Let me clear this all out for you. Okay, we're still in this downtrend. Okay, obviously. We broke down of it. We got back in it. Now we're still in it. Okay. Now what else are we in? Okay, we're in that here. But we're also in this. We're in this here. Okay. We're also in this here. So, essentially, if we could stay above that 20 SMA and we could clear this 5230 basically. If we could clear that 5230, we should I mean 5530. If we could clear that 5530, we could shoot up 100 points guaranteed to 5670. Okay. So, do I think this is a great opportunity? Yeah, I think right now in the markets, it's one of the best opportunities to get in long term. You know, even if we go down lower, we're not going to go down that much lower. Even if there is volatility and we drop down and we do that and do that, I don't think there's going to be too much to go down. Maybe we'll have a big drop down, but then a day or two later, we're going to have a big pop up. And that's just how it's going to be. So, great opportunity to get in. Great opportunity to get long things. Great opportunity to be in the markets. Great opportunity to buy the dips. People are worried about 401ks and IRAs and their pensions and all these things that are invested in all these companies. But I just tell them to buy more. I don't think things are going to get worse. I don't think so. Okay, so here we are. This is where we need to be. We need to be past this. We need to be past that level. Once we get past that level, we go straight to this level. Okay, and if you guys see me chart all the time, you know that I always talk about boxes. Okay, we're essentially in this box. We clear this level. Guess where we're going? We're gonna make this box, and we're gonna come up here. And where's that box gonna go to? Right there. So essentially, we clear here. We got 300 points. Okay. Now, if you're not long for 300 points, it's a lot of money to leave on the table. So, we hold that 20 SMA, great. If we don't, okay, and we're at the upper end of our resistance here at this level because we're in this box here. Okay, we're at the upper end of the box, lower end of the box. Okay, here's the gap fill of the box. Okay. Okay, let me fix that. Okay, if we can't hold that 20 SMA, then the only opposite way it's going to go is to this gap fill. And if we do go to this gap fill, I would still be a buyer. I would be definitely a buyer, because if we get to this gap fill that gap, maybe go a little bit lower, whatever it does. I still would be a buyer, because it's going to come back up, it's going to set up, and then it's going to create a bull flag right here as well. And we're still going to essentially go up. Will we get some volatility? Fill that gap? Sure. Can we go up tomorrow? Yeah. Can we go up all week? Sure. Or can we go up tomorrow and then come up here? Not even tomorrow, but even by Friday. Can we come up here by Friday? Sure. And then next week, can we come all the way back down to the gap fill? Sure. And then, and then take off? Sure. Whatever. It could happen. But what we want to do is know that breaking 5529, we take off. Okay? Before that, we're still in this consolidation area of volatility. All right? And we got a gap fill below us, but it doesn't matter as long as we're holding the 20 SMA. If we can't hold that 20 SMA, that 20 SMA is at what? 53.95. 53.95. So 53.95. $78. Okay, that's where that is. And that's where it's holding. And that's where the gap fill is, right here. So we hold that, we keep going. We don't hold that, that's where you're going. Simple enough. We hold that 53.95.78. We continue going higher. Okay, we break 55.29. We continue going higher 300 points. We lose 53.95. We go down to 53.39. We go down here, we hold that. We could go back up. This would be a buy area. Now, can something happen where we come up here and then some news pops out and then we open down here? Sure, can, but I'd still be a buyer. Doesn't matter what volatility comes in this market. Still going to be a buyer at these levels. Anything below this 6,000 level, this 5,500 level, anything below 5,500, I'm still going to be a buyer. You know, if we get below 5,000, I'm definitely a buyer. Anything below 5,000, 100% buying. 100% buying. It's just, it should be a just easy decision to buy under 5,000. Okay. All right. So looking at the lower end of the charts, hourly looks fine. The 4-hour looks fine. Looks like they're setting up bull flags. You know, it looks like a little cup and handle setting up. So, you know, this cup and handle is telling us 5,800 as well. So all this stuff is setting up for higher. For higher. Everything looks good. Okay. On the weekly, remember the 2 weeks ago, this was a reversal candle. We did not get the reversal. Remember, we did not get the reversal. And what did I say? After Easter, if we open Monday up, if we gap down Monday, we have a strong case of a bullish engulfing this week. That we have a strong chance of rallying this week. And what are we doing? We gap down Monday. Okay? So, I bet you by the end of the week, we will close above 54.59. Actually, we will close above 54.53. At least. We'll probably close higher. But we guaranteed closing higher than 54.53. Okay? And then we're going to have, we'll have that engulfing. Oh, shit. 55.29. In the best possible way, I feel like we should close above 55.29 So we're at least closing above 54.53. Okay, so that's another 40 points from where we are right now. Okay, that's easy. So bullish engulfing is going to happen this week. I don't think we're going to go down. And if we go down, I'm buying it up hard because we're going to end up going up Friday hard. Okay, if for whatever reason, if we gap fill tomorrow, I am loading the fucking boat for Friday because it's already set up for it. It's already set up. This is a 100 SMA. We're at the we're at the 100 SMA weekly. We're already setting up a bullish engulfing on the weekly. Okay, bullish engulfing is verified right at 54.53. So that's going to happen at least. And then for the reversal, we want to get 55.30, which that's another 100 and some points. That's another 127 points. Okay, another 127 points. That's 2 big days. That's 2 big days. So, what do you take out for the rest of the week for ES and SPY? You take out that whether you go down or not, be a buyer. Be long calls. Okay? Be long. Why? Because we're at least closing, what did I say? 54, 53? 54, 53, right? I said we're closing at least 54, 53. Gotta close by Friday. So we gotta close by Friday. And that's not that far away. I mean, the points wise. So we went up. We were holding that a little bit today, and then and then it dropped. But we gotta close at least here by Friday. So number one, if we drop here, loading the boat, because I know we're coming here for sure by Friday, 100%. Okay. Now, if we break out, what did I say the next one was? Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's going to be 55, 28, 75. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have two, right? We have this one is for the daily. Okay. This one is for the weekly. Okay. So this one's already know we need to close that by Friday. That's gonna be a bullish engulfing. Okay. This one we would like to see it get closed above that this week. That's gonna confirm our confirmation of the reversal. Okay. So what is our takeaway, right, of all this? Well, number one, if we gap fill here tomorrow, overnight, whatever we do, who knows? It's a buy. Just don't stop buying. Just buy. Okay. Okay, we come back up. We scub up here. That's great. Okay. We go over here. That's even better. Now, what happens if tomorrow we go? Okay, we pass here, and then break out when we pass here. Well, that's great. Now we got to close by Friday above here. Is that possible? Is it doable? Hell yeah, it's doable. Hell yeah, it's possible. It's not that far away. It's not that far away. We were halfway there here. We were at 5,500 today. We're at 5,500 today. We only needed another 30 points, and we were there. And then we would have been done midweek, right? And then it could have chopped all Thursday, Friday, and we would have still been good. Okay, but now here we are. I think we end up higher than here. I think we end up in between. In between here. Now, can we go higher? Sure, we could. Sure, that'd be great. But we're gonna have to need a big breakout. If we could clear this, okay? Because we gotta close this by Friday. That's fine. That's easy. That's easy to do. Okay, this next one, okay, it's not as easy, but it's doable. It's doable, very doable. Now to get past that, you're gonna need a lot of volume because you're breaking out of a consolidation and you're breaking out of a downtrend. So you're gonna need a lot of volume and a lot of good news, some kind of good news, whether it's fake news or whatever news. Who cares? As long as it's news. I don't give a shit if it's fake news or it's real news. As long as it's news that's gonna move the market, that makes it get out of a situation, let it. The volatility's there. It's gonna be there one way or the other. You're gonna have news one day that's gonna be taken away the next week or 2 weeks later. Who cares? Just play whatever's in front of your face at the time. So, whatever that is, it needs to be pushed. We break up. If we get some big strong news, we go to 56. That's where we go. 56.71. This week. Okay, 56.71 this week if we get some good news within the next 2 days. If not, as long as we close above 55.30, we're very strong. We're very strong. If we just close above 54.53, we're still strong, but not as strong. All right. So, I hope I gave you a deep understanding of what's going on with ES. Okay. With ES is S&P 500. I mean, it's pretty plain and simple. Unless some crippling news comes out tomorrow and just completely takes this and just drops it back there like this, non-stop bloodbath, then everything I said before is the play. But if this happens, it's just nonstop. Can't find a support or bottom, and just keeps going down, 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 down. Which that's why we got hedges for. Hedges for. um, you just hold those hedges. Hedges are supposed to be held. They're not supposed to be, oh, they're down. Let's take some profit. Now let's go write it back up. No, they're hedges for a reason, because you think it's going down. It goes down. You take those profits and it keeps going down. Guess what? Now you're shit out of luck, and now you wish you had your hedges. So you could either take the risk and take your hedges off and then lose more, or lose your hedges but have your peace of mind. Lose your hedges meaning that it goes down and then it goes back up, and then you go zero on your hedges and you stay positive on your calls. You might have lost your hedges and lost all the money there, but you kept peace of mind. You didn't freak out so much. Okay? So, unless this happens, which it can, don't get me wrong, we've had these candles. So, do I think it's going to happen? I don't, but, the volatility in this game is volatile, which is, after years and years and years and years and years, you start to appreciate it. Okay. And another reason why I think that SPY, ES, S&P 500, we're gonna either gap fill and run up, or just run up, and we're gonna be above 55.30 by the Friday, is I watch VIX as well. And VIX, I have puts on VIX. If some of you follow my puts on VIX as well, then you should have puts on VIX. But VIX is interesting, because it's the volatility index, and our volatility is really high right now. So, we could see the history of VIX. Spikes up, comes back down. Okay, spikes up, comes back down. Spikes up, come back down. Spikes up, come back down. Spikes up, comes back down. Spikes up, come back down. Spikes up, come back down. Spikes up, comes back down. Spiked up. Okay, come back down. Spiked up, come back down. Spiked up, come back down. Okay. It does not. It does not stay up in these levels for too long. The 60 levels, it does not stay up there that long. Okay. This was the highest I was in the game, and that was scary. I think I threw up that day. I did. It does not stay up here. And this is exactly when I bought my puts. Now, it didn't open at 60. No, it opened at 48. Let's see. Yeah, well, by the time you could trade it, it was 48. Somewhere around here. 48. But from there, it's just been dropping off. Oh wait, that was the wrong one. Here, this one right here. So here, yeah, exactly. It opened up at 50 and 48. Yeah, it opened up at 48. And yeah, basically. So, got those puts here around 48. Okay. I think we got what, 24 puts, I believe 24 puts, something like that, for September. And 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 it, even though I think it will hit, you know, let's see where they're at right now. September. Haven't really moved at all. Not until they start dumping hard, even though we got them at 48. The volatility has decreased, the options decrease. Even though the intrinsic value increases, the implied volatility decreases tremendously. So we bought at 48. It's at 28. Price decreased 20. So intrinsic value increased. But implied volatility decreased probably a lot more than that. Let's see, where is that? Yeah. Now that's only 70%. Before it was like 140, maybe 200%. Okay. So let's go back to the daily. And I was telling you guys last week on VIX, it was right here. Or was it right here? I think it was right here. What was that? 415? I think that was last week. Yeah. So it was right here. And, you know, the market has dropped down, went back up, back down, up, and this has been chopping around. And I was just like, it needs to lose this 20 SMA. And then it's going to come gap fill right here. That's where it wants to go. 23.76. That's why I chose my 24 puts. We lost that 20 SMA today. Okay, next stop is going to be 22. Wait. I'm sorry. It's going to be 24.58. 24.58. And then it's going to be 23.76. So 24.58. So another $4 should drop. So if that happens, guess what? Yes. Goes higher. If we break out, guess what? VIX goes lower. Now, the big question is, what happens when we get to this level? Okay, I'm gonna do that one. Let's just do it pink. Why not? We'll do it bright pink. Is there a bright pink in here? Try that one. That's more of a purple. Oh well. Say what happens. Okay, can you see that? It says what happens. Okay, what happens when we get to 58.33 or 58.34? What happens when we get there? Because that's where we're going. That's where we're going. So we came here, and why is that where we're going? Well, simple fact is That's where it all started, my friend. This is the Mount Everest, and this is the slope. Okay, came down there, came back down, couldn't get back up the mountain. Then we had a huge avalanche. Now we're climbing back up. Now when we get back here to the top, to the mid of the mountain again, are we able to get back and climb back up the mountain? Okay, that's the mountain. Okay, we fell out of it. We didn't have the strength to climb back in it. Had the avalanche. Okay, had our rest. Now we're gonna attempt. Now look at how far we are. Okay, we're 500 points away from the beginning of the stretch of the mountain. Okay, if we get back there to that mountain, are we gonna be able to break it? I don't know, but I know that we are gonna get there at least. So why not enjoy it? Why not make some money on it right now? Why not make some money on getting there now? I say, why not? So get long, whether you drop or not. Remember, the only thing I said, if we dropped off tomorrow like this, all day just selling off nonstop because of whatever whoever says, whatever something says, I don't know. That's the only reason why I wouldn't be long right now in this market. Remember, it wasn't too long ago. What, a week, 3 weeks ago? No, like 2 weeks ago. Two weeks ago. Let me see. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I said cut all calls, and then we dropped and we hit the lows, and then we started getting back into calls, and then we had that big giant day, and then here now we're still loading up into calls. So it's and I said earlier today, it's time to buy the dip, and I'm sticking to it. We made a new high today. We're holding the 20 SMA. We're in this situation. VIX is below the 20 SMA. It's just like a sweet symphony just coming together. And I think that our target is going to be that 58.33. And then I think that we're going to build this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and then it's going to take us off. And then we'll essentially in the coming months, we will essentially break into this and test those highs again. But I do feel that once we get to 58.33, anywhere near here, I will be short the market. Because I do think once we hit this area, I think we will sell off. I think some news will come out and we will sell off. Now, let me check my calendar. All right, so we have 1 week till the month end. So this week on Wednesday, next Wednesday is the last day of the month for April. And then May 7th is the week after, and that's Fed. So Fed is the week after. Okay. So I don't know if it's going to be that. So I don't know if we're going to run up until the Fed meeting, and then the Fed is going to be this, and then we drop. It might be. But all I'm telling you, so mark my words, when we get here to this purple line where it says what happens, what happens, short. I'm gonna say what happens and short. So I'm gonna short. I'm gonna short here. Wherever wherever we end up at that purple line, I'm shorting. I'm shorting right there. Okay. All right. Well, I just gave you guys like I don't know how long this has been, like 45 minute lecture on ES and VIX and what my opinion is and my analysis on that. Okay, so let's go into SPY. I'm not gonna go all the way deep into SPY as I just went into ES because they're the same exact thing. Although I am going to here, I am gonna actually go back here to ES for one quick second and leave that idea here for you so that you can see that. Okay, here, let me get zoomed in here. Okay. Okay. And then I will need a 1 quick second. I'm gonna give you 1 quick second. Okay. I'm back. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Okay. Um, my sound is working fine. I can see that my sound is working fine. I don't know if anybody else is having that issue, but somebody says my sound isn't working. It shows my sound is working fine. All right, moving on here. Going back to SPY. Okay. All right, so SPY, same kind of idea. You know, we have that. We have a downtrend. Obviously, I took away the downtrend just so we could see. We could see the same thing concept with that we had with ES. We have the gap fill below right here, 529.30. We have the upper range. We got the lower range. We have the breakout point at that 48.90. We have targets 555, 568. Okay, we need to close. Okay, you see, we see that, you know, last week we didn't confirm it, and then Monday we gapped down, and then we came up. Okay, now we need to come up and we need to close this. We need to close at least 544. Right? It says, oh, yep, at least 544 and 10 cents. We need to close at least 544 and 10 cents. So, I mean, 544, that's guaranteed. So we need to close above 544 by Friday. So Does you think that's gonna happen? I do. So I'm loading up 540 calls. I was loading up 540 calls, wasn't I? Didn't I get up some 540 calls? Let me see. Um, yeah, I didn't load up. I just got a couple, but I will load up tomorrow. I will buy some more 540 calls. I only added one more. Um, 540 calls. You know what? I might. Mm, I might get some. Nah, I'll just get some 540 calls. I'll just get some more 540 calls. Oh well. I like 540 calls. Gives you enough room. Gives you enough room. 542 maybe, but $1 more, you get the 540 calls. I'm gonna get the 540. I'm gonna just load up the 540 calls, and I'm gonna hold it to 544. They're gonna bank hard. If you guys didn't bank hard with the other spy calls and the QQQ calls and the uh, Amazon calls, then you got to get the spy 540 calls. Okay, all right. So let's get back here. So let's just okay, grab that 540, 544. Okay, need to close Friday. Okay, we're gonna grab that. All right. Okay. No, 548.62. 548. 548.62. Okay. Now, if we're gonna run, we need to close above 542. I mean 548.62. Here, let me clear this one. Okay. So here, let's go on the lower time frame so we can see that better. All right. So here we are. So by Friday, we need a number one close above 544.06. Okay? Can we do that? I most definitely think 100% we will do that, at least. Or number two, we close above 548.62, and that will confirm us taking off. Do I think that could happen? I do think that could happen. So if we get past if we get past that 544 and we're passing 545, then just know that we're going to 548.62, and probably we're gonna close at 548.80 or even 550. That could happen, and if that does happen, then then we could definitely go. We have a gap fill right at 554.81. So let's see, gap fill 554.81. On the daily here. Okay. So we got a gap fill right at that 554.81, right below 555.50. So can definitely go towards that. Okay. So here's my thing. Okay, we got a cup and handle. Okay, we have a potential, gap fill below. Sure. Okay. What's the all right best case scenario? All best case scenario, we come down, we gap down. Best case scenario tomorrow we gap down, 100%. I think best case scenario we gap down to 529. That would be the best case scenario. I would be ecstatically over happy if we gap down to 529 because I would load the shit out of 540 calls like I couldn't afford anything else. I'd load the boat because I just have a very strong feeling we will close either 545 or 549, 550 this week. I do, and we might even hit it tomorrow. If we don't gap down, we might hit it tomorrow. If we do gap down, we'll hit it Friday. Do I want to gap down? Yeah, I do. Will we? Probably not. Doesn't do what I want it to do overnight usually. But but here's the thing. You get long, okay, we get to 550, okay. Okay, and then where are we where's our what happens bar at? Our what happens bar is at 577, 576. Let me see. What color did we make that? I made it purple, right? Well, I try to make it pink. Let's see if I can make this one pink. If I can even find a pink. I don't think they have pink here. Oh, there's a pink. Oh no, that one's still purple. Oh my god. Alright, well, I guess maybe it's a fuchsia. Okay. So again, on SPY, I said I wasn't going to go through this whole thing on SPY, and here I am doing it again. Oh well. Get double. There's our Mount Olympics. Here's our drop. Okay, what happens here? Short. Okay. So, okay. So here we are, 535. Where are we going? 575 is our target. This week, where are we going? Most likely, we go 550. Where we gotta go? 544 guaranteed. God, man. 544 guaranteed. Where I would like us to go, 558, 548. No, actually 558. Yeah, 558. I was right the first time I said it. I would like us to go 558 this week. I would like us to run up tomorrow to 548 and then 558 Friday. That's what I would like us to do. I mean, but again, like I said, best case scenario, we gap down and then run up. If we don't do that, second best case scenario is we rally up, reject, then come all the way down to the gap fill, and then run up, which can happen. And I'm gonna be very pissed off if that happens, because I'm gonna buy stuff in the morning. But it's just gonna mean I'm gonna have to double down again and again by the time it's down there, annoying me. But it's okay because I know where we're going. So that's the second best case scenario, and then we rally up. Third best case scenario, we don't gap down and we just rally up. Okay, and we get to 548 by Friday. Or no, I mean we get to 548 by tomorrow, and then 558 by Friday. And then fourth best case scenario is we rally up to 544 tomorrow, and then Friday we rally up to 548 or 550. But I think those are the best case scenarios right there. Four different types. You guys heard my first two. Those are the two I like. Even though the second one is going to piss me off, I still prefer it over the last two, because you'll make more money, because you buy it cheaper, even though you're going to have to deal with some pain while you're doing it. Deal with a lot of pain while you're doing it. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. So, is everyone good on SPY? And what I think SPY is going to do? Because I think I've very detailedly went over everything pretty damn well. Yep, I think I'm good to go. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a no-brainer. No-brainer on SPY, which means overall the markets are going to go. So overall markets are going to go. All right, let's switch it up to QQQ. All right. Now this is unreadable. So let's clear that out. Okay. That's better. Now, let's start all over again. Okay. Whoa. All right. So let's take a look at Qs. See, Qs have the downtrend. The 20 SMA is right at that downtrend. And we can see today we got above that 20 SMA and we held. We held it. So tomorrow we continue to hold it. We're going to have a big day on the Qs. We will have a big day on the Qs. Why? Because this is not a breakout. We either have a big day or we get fill. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Why? Is because you can't have a breakout like that. 447.58. So we either have a big day and we get to 476. Ooh, that's a big day. But we need a big day. So I wouldn't be mad at it. So here's the top of this one. Let's see, where's that at? That's 467.89. Okay. That's a breakout. That's a breakout on the daily here. Okay, so that will definitely try to happen. All right. So here we go, right? So we have this downtrend. We have RSI right at that 50 area, trying to get over that 50. It's trying to get over. It hasn't done it yet. Hasn't done it yet, but it's trying to. Okay. Same exact concept on SPY, where we had a bullish reversal, no confirmation, but we gapped down Monday and we're pushing. Okay, so where does Qs have to close? Well, by Friday, at least by Friday, they have to close above 464.46. 464.46. Oh shit, it's right on there. Nice. Okay. By Friday. Okay. And that's for the daily. Okay. And then for the weekly, it needs to break out. So this is almost a for sure that we're gonna get a breakout. So the Qs is gonna break out. So I think we're gonna see 480 by the end of the week. That could happen. 25 points coming on the Qs. That definitely can happen. So I am calling. So I'll say 480 on the Qs. Oh man, I'm getting excited. So 480 on the Qs. 474. So I'm thinking we close around 480 to 482 by Friday on the Qs. Okay. All right. So here we are. We're above the downward channel. Okay, we need to close above 464.46 by Friday. Our breakout level that we need to close out above by weekly is 467.89. Okay, we need to break out of those two. We get to 475, and then we get to 480. Okay. This is a no-brainer, just like SPY. This is the best time to be in the market, guys. This is the best time to make some money right now. This is gonna be the best time. We are setting up for, like, look at this. I mean, look at this setup right here. This essentially. Right here, this is bottoming. Get back up inside here, and you know, essentially, where is this gonna go? Right here, 494. Is that what that is? 493.62. 493.62. 493.62. What happens? What happens here short? Let's do that one. Pink. Maybe that's pink. Is that pink? I think it's pink. I don't know. I can't really see it that well though. Let's change that to another color. I guess we're gonna just stick with the purple. If that's even purple. I don't know. But our target's gonna be 493. That's where we're going. 493. So that's about 40 points from where we are. 40 points. That a good swing? I think that's a good swing. That's a good swing. I think so. So overall, SPY, QQQ, easy pickings, easy setup, volatile market, anything could change? Sure. Volatility provides opportunity. Opportunity is knocking. It's knocking. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and watch? You're going to enjoy or painfully enjoy? You could enjoy and you could painfully enjoy. You know, you could be in the market, you know, you're down 100% and then you're up 100%, or you could be up 100% and then you're down 100%. Happens both ways. Okay, that's why you don't get greedy. You know, you take profits as they come. You take profits. Enjoy. Get long. Have the plan. This is a plan. I've given you a whole roadmap on all of this. Okay. Let's go over the cues. Cues. You know, best case scenario, we gap down. 447. Why is that the best case scenario? Because we know we have to close above 464.46. Okay? So if we know we have to close above 464.46, then please drop it as low as you can. Because I know we're coming right back to that 464. We're coming there. Okay? Like, drop it. Drop it. Please drop it. We're going to go right back up there. That just gives me free money. All right? Is it scary? Sure. Sure it's scary. Of course it's scary. Especially because, you know, you don't know when it's going to stop. Maybe it stops there. Maybe it stops a little lower than there. Maybe it stops a lot lower than there. Maybe it turns around big and then it maybe runs. Maybe it runs the last 10 minutes of the day all the way up. You don't know. But you know it has to close. You know it has to close there. Okay. Now, that's only the first place that it needs to close. Second place it needs to close above is 467.90. Closes above there, that's the big winner. And then if we get those early, then we're going to 474, 480. Okay. And then essentially we go to this 493, 62 area. And that's that what happens short area there. See with the cues, I'm not sure if I'm going to short there yet. I'm not sure. So I'm going to put a little question mark. on the short for the Qs because the Qs are a little stronger than SPY. For SPY, I'm definitely shorting there. I'm definitely shorting there. For the Qs, I'm not sure. I think Qs might go a little higher, and then I might short it. But I'm gonna consider it. I'm gonna consider at least hedges, at least hedges, at least short, at least hedges. Let's see here. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, hedges. Okay, okay. All right. So happens here. Short hedges. Okay, I'm gonna do hedges or I'm gonna get short. I don't know. I don't need on the Qs. On the Qs, I don't know yet. On SPY definitely gonna short. But on the Qs, when we get there to that 493 area, I'm not sure if I'm gonna short or do hedges. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But either way, if we stay above this downtrend on the Qs tomorrow, we're ripping up. Okay, I think that we can go to 480 if we do stay above that downtrend. So if we could we stay above that 20 SMA right here, which is at 453.41. 453.41. That's the 20 SMA. Okay. So 20 SMA. We stay above there tomorrow. I think we have a chance to hit that 480 by Friday. Because all we have to do, we have to close Friday above 464.46. That's a guaranteed. Already going to happen. No matter if we gap down tomorrow or whatever, we're going to close at 464.46 by Friday. That's it. Now, better case scenario is we close above 467.80 or 467.90. That's the best case or better case scenario. Best case scenario, we close at 480. Okay, but I know these two are gonna happen. These other ones, we have to see how tomorrow goes. If tomorrow's strong, then yeah, these two happen. If tomorrow gaps down, then we'll see if the 480 happens. But the 470 happens. Okay. So that's that's for Qs. Okay. All right. So I gave you a whole detailed, full on 40 minutes on ES S&P 500. I gave you another probably 40 minutes on SPY, and then another 20 minutes on Qs. Okay. Okay, I'll jump into a few stocks, and then then I'm gonna be done. Okay, NIBS. NIBS is a good spot right here to get long. Has a bullish divergence. It's right at the support area of 23. It's above its 20 SMA. It's a good buy. It has earnings coming up. Is that what that is? Earnings on 425. You know, I think where it stands right now, I think it's a buy. Yeah, it's a buy. It's half off from its highs. It's an easy buy. Buy long, buy long. Buy long, easy buy. Easy buy. Easy buy. I would buy this. I would even buy Leap Out. Like you saw, the 52-week high was 50. It's cut in half. So essentially, January 26th. Pretty expensive. So 50 called. I wouldn't say, should I? No. I wouldn't say that fast. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Let's see. January 2027. 50 calls. So January 2027 50 calls are the same as January 26 30 calls. Right? Let's see. January 30 calls. Yeah, they're about the same price. So you either get January 20, 20 January 16, 2026, 30 calls, or you get January 2027, 50 calls. And it's all depends on how long you want to hold them. You just want to hold them for this year, or you want to hold them for 2 years out. However long you want to hold. I would go with the 30 because you're at the bottom right now. Either one is good. This one is just longer term. I like this one though. My preference is the 30 because you're going to be in the 30s probably in 2 weeks. Maybe not that far. Maybe like a month. Maybe a month or two. Yeah, I forgot this is a low stock. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a month. Okay. XLF. If you're in the chat and you played our XLF, what a play that was, huh? We sold that one for what, like 600%, 700%, 700%. Was it 2, 3, 4, 5, 600%, 600% profit today? Now, now you're asking me what? What about XLF? To me, XLF still looks like shit. I played it because there's a lot of financial earnings this week, and those financial earnings did pretty well, and XLF did okay. I mean, we sold today at the highs, and then it kind of took a shit, and it's below this high right here. Are you asking me to get long on this or to get short it? Either way, I wouldn't touch it. I touched it just for the earnings this week. Otherwise, I don't know. It might be going back over to the 50 again, just because I was saying, SPY, QQQ, and all them are going to go back. But honestly, there's such better things to play. This is trash to me. So that's my opinion. Okay. Tesla. All right. Tesla. All right. Well, Tesla, I already said a lot about Tesla, but I'll say it again. Tesla had earnings yesterday. Earnings were no good. Okay, we had a positive reaction for bad earnings. Tesla has been consolidating near 218 for the past month or two, and has not dropped lower than 218, which is a major gap fill that it had. And since it popped on bad earnings, that's usually a sense of a bottom. So the bottom signaling that we are potentially bottoming. So bad earnings, good reaction, good possible good possible bottoming. Okay, RSI needs to clear that 50, which it wants to do. Squeeze fired down, but then came back and started squeezing and turning up. So it looks like it's going to squeeze up. Okay, I think this is bottom. I think it's time to get long. I think that it will go to 280. It will go to 280 either this week or next week. Okay, 273 could be a hit tomorrow or Friday. Okay, I think that we will have a big day tomorrow. Okay, like bull flag here, signaling 270. Everything looks fine. Okay, everything looks fine. Okay. Now, this is telling me that we're going to close above 260 at least this week. So, at least above 260 that we will be closing above. Oh, great. Close above by Friday on the daily. Okay. So, we will close above 262 by Friday, which, I mean, it's easy. That could hit that tomorrow. I think we go higher. I think we close above 270 by Friday. But um I think we could hit 270 tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. But overall, I think once Tesla clears right now it's battling with 20 SMA. Once it clears that, it's going to battle the 50. Hopefully it clears that immediately, and then it's going to hit the 200. And that 200 is at 290. Once it clears that, we'll go back in the 300s and more, and we'll go off long. Okay, long Tesla. I said it all day today. I said buy the dip on Tesla, whatever you do. MU, Micron. Let's see here. So none of this really matters anymore, except for this. Only this matters. That's it. Okay. Okay, so is it a good time to get in Micron right now? Yeah, sure. 71 is a good level. 71 is a good level, but just like everything else I've been saying today, I like things above the 20 SMA because the 20 SMA is a downtrend. And if you're below your 100, 250, and 20 SMA, essentially you're in a downtrend. You clear that 20 SMA, you're outside the downtrend. Okay? It doesn't mean you're completely out, but you're outside at least a little bit. So right now you're not outside that downtrend yet. You clear that 76, you should be out. Given where the market's going and where I think the market's going to be, I think you're going to clear that 20 SMA. I don't know essentially any news on Micron or whatnot, but it looks good above 71. But I still want it to clear that 20 SMA. And then, essentially your target is going to be that shaded area, 83, 80. So there are your levels, and here's your resistance. So you got 71 as your support. Do have a gap fill right here, but like I said, I'm not sure if all these gap fills are gonna gap and fill. Clear that 20 SMA. Get back over 78.50. You have a chance at 83.81. Get back inside there. You battle these moving averages, and then you have to go to that 96 area. I'm getting tired. Oh my god. MicroStrategy. Look, I keep saying nonstop, it's bullish. What else do you want me to tell you? I told you this last week, tell you this week, tell you today, I tell you tomorrow. It's bullish. What else do you want me to tell you? It's going to go up. Here you go. Here's the targets. What else do you want me to say? There's nothing else to say. It broke the downtrend. It's going up. That's it. Nothing else to say. If you're scared, get out. If not, there it is. Stay in it to the targets. Don't play expensive stocks if you guys are scared. Don't. BA is it's a fidgety stock. Very fidgety stock. It's a news driven stock. It's been a news driven stock ever since it fell out of the sky. Ever since then, it's not been a good stock. It's been a very, very volatile stock. It's based on news. It drives on news. Everything's on all news. It's always negative news on BA. Negative news always on BA. BA always with flight, or not flight, but airplane cancellations. Sorry, getting tired. Airplane cancellations, conspiracies. It's news. Okay, all I know is BA can't be below. It can't be below 146. Not for too long, and it's already proven my point several times. Every time it gets right below 146, it shoots up. Gets to 146, shoots up. Gets below 146, it shoots up. It can't be below 146 or it will go bankrupt. It's a huge stock. It's a huge employer. BA cannot be below 146. Will BA go higher? Yes, it will. But it's news driven. Okay, obviously it has resistance right here at 186. Okay, it has an indecision candle right here. So whatever tomorrow happens, it goes. Okay, am I bullish on BA? Sure I am. But it's a news driven stock, so it's a news driven stock. Overall market's bullish, BA will be bullish with it. But it's a news driven stock. Anything could happen, anything could come out. China could say it doesn't want its planes anymore. US could say it doesn't want its planes anymore. Everyone could say they don't want the planes anymore. It doesn't. It's a news driven stock. I just clear all this out. It doesn't matter. Can't stay below 146. Is it on the lower end? Yes, it is on the lower end. Would you be long here? Yeah, why not? It's on the lower end. This is the lower end. This is the higher end. So that's the higher end. And this is the end. So would you rather be here or would you rather be here? You would rather enter here. So you're just going to have to buy long and hold. Buy long and hold. Don't think this is going to be a quick play. You want the quick plays on BA, you got to go with P. You want longer term plays here, you're going to have to go long with me. You want short, quick ones, you go with P. BA, I got long leaps and I got long calls on BA. That's it. I'm not playing anything short on it. Somebody asked me about Pepsi already, didn't they? Today. Look, you want to play Pepsi, play it. It's at the bottom of a support area. It's at the bottom of this support area. You know, it could have good earnings. Earnings are 50-50. It's at the bottom of the support area though. And it's consolidating. You know, it has earnings tomorrow. You know, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Earnings are tomorrow before the market opens. So, yeah, you want me to tell you that I know the future? If the earnings are going to be good or bad? No, I can't tell you that. It's at the bottom of a support area. It's held that support area for a long time. You know, it's kind of losing it, but it's holding it. Maybe the earnings brings it back up. Because if it brings it back down, I'll tell you this: if it has bad earnings and it drops, buy it, because it will recover. Okay. If it has good earnings and it pops, depending on where it pops, if it pops up all the way to, say, this area here, anywhere around this area, sell it. Yeah. Now, if it only pops up a little bit, it's going to run. That's what I will say. Otherwise, uh, otherwise, I don't have anything else to say. Okay. All right, Goog. I don't even like that stock, Goog. I prefer Google, but um, fuck, my fucking throat hurts so bad. Okay, look at, if SPY goes and QQQ goes, Google's gonna go. Okay, it's just gonna go. All right, so we saw QQQ and we saw it above its downtrend, and we saw it above its 20 SMA. We see Goog right here. It's above its 20 SMA. It's above its downtrend, but it's barely. It needs a hold and it needs a push tomorrow into Friday. It has earnings. Again, another with the earnings. Like I said, earnings are 50-50. Do I know the earnings? No, I don't. Am I going to guess them for you? No, I'm not. What I could tell you, what I am going to tell you, Google has to close. 162.30. 1. So that should tell you that it should have good earnings. Google has to close above 162.30. So Google will have good earnings. I guess I just told you. Okay, because if it has bad earnings, it was sending gap down. And if it gaps down, then buy it up because it has to close above 162.30. So 162.30 by Friday. Maybe I'll play Google now because I know it has to close above there. Okay. Close by Friday. Close by Friday. Okay. Uh, 161. Okay. So that has to close by Friday at 161. Has to close by 161. I would buy 160 calls or 157.50 calls. I would stay as close to the money as possible with Google or Goog. I would say as close as possible to the money for the earnings, because it only has a $9 move. So if it's a lower move, all these outside options are going to be worthless. So because it has an almost $10 move and the stock probably won't move that much, I would stay close to the money. Buy either in the money, 157.50 calls, or right out the money, 160 calls, and it's probably gonna have a $5 move, $6 move. And even if it has a $7, $8 move, you're still not gonna get that $10 move. But with these ones, you will make money. So I would definitely, I'm gonna buy some of these, but I'm gonna buy Google. I'm not gonna buy Google. All right. Can you long SoFi? Sure, long SoFi. SoFi has SoFi has a reversal here. Didn't do it. This one bullish engulfing, and you're above there. Yep, confirm that engulfing. Okay, we got bullish divergence. Okay, yeah, long SoFi all you want. Looks good. Are May ones long Tesla? May is not long Tesla. I mean, it's long Tesla. Long means buy Tesla. That's what it means. Long is like when you say sell or sell SoFi. That means buy put on SoFi. If you say long SoFi, buy a call on SoFi. May or it's a month out. If not, it's like 4 weeks out. That's not long. That's not like long position. It's just a buy, right? Whenever you say long something, it's buy it. Okay, long it. May, June, those are good, but longing it, it just means buy it up. So whatever months you decide, buy it up. So long doesn't necessarily mean like. So it's just a terminology. It's just like get long this. It means buy it. Buy this for the next coming months. So like May is good because obviously I think we're gonna go this week and next week, but long term is based off what you decide that you want to hold on to a stock. So what how long do you want to hold on to the stock? XLF for put, not call. Well, although I don't like XLF, it looks like trash. Considering the type of market environment we're in, I always say this. When you're in a falling market, you want to get into weak stocks. So XLF was a weak stock. We got into puts at that 50 level, and we banked. Okay, because it dropped. Then we came here, we got it, and we dropped, and made money. Now it's a whatever stock. It's neutral. It's straight neutral. But we're in a strong market. No, we're going into a strong market. I wouldn't say puts on this, but I mean, if you want to have a hedge, maybe. The only reason why I say this is because when I look at JP Morgan, JP Morgan is the strongest bank. Okay, the strongest bank. And it had this bullish channel, and then it dropped out, and then fell, and then it's back testing this channel that it had, and it can't get in it yet. That doesn't mean that it won't get in it tomorrow, because if it does, then this is strong again, and I would not short banks at all. All right. Look, Value Hunter, you already got 3. You got probably you already called out 3 stocks. I'm doing 3. I told people I wasn't doing that many stocks today at all. I already been on here for more time than I wanted to. I don't feel good. I'm sick, and I'm calling it. I'm done for tonight, guys. Sorry, I'm in a not in a good mood. I feel like crap. I'm sick. I'm horrible. Throat's hurting. I'm gonna do Bitcoin, and that's it. Bitcoin popped up. We're at that 100 SMA. We're holding it. If that continues to hold, this thing can go. If this goes, coin goes, micro strategy goes, everything goes. If it pulls back, it's still a buy because it's going to be a bull flag to go. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. Sorry for the raspy voice and the jumpiness and the irritability. I'm just not feeling good. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next week.